In today's news, 6.6 magnitude earthquake felt in the BVI. Security audit on the way at PIER Park. The government to establish local Met service with CMO assistance. SCATLIFFE will be an asset to the BVI Electricity Corporation. And minimum wage and pension recommendations made in report. Viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
When you're in need of air conditioning, installation, repairs, or replacement services, Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration has the professional technicians, equipment, parts, and ACs to get the job done right. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration carries top brands like Daikin, Aircon, Mitsubishi, and more. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located in Fish Bay. Telephone 340-4114 or 343-9511. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, providing exceptional services to the British Virgin Islands since 2015.
So tonight, I am an international musician and also a bandman. Let's go behind the scenes. This is how I live my life. Unlimited with CCT.
Welcome viewers to the Tuesday, July 11th edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Leading today's news, the Puerto Rico Seismic Network has confirmed that an earthquake with a magnitude of 6.6 was felt in the territory. According to their publication, the earthquake occurred around 4:48 p.m. on Monday with an estimated maximum intensity of 5. But the network said the epicenter of this earthquake was at latitude 20.1 north and longitude 61.1 west at a depth of 10 kilometers. Well, the network also confirmed that no tsunami warnings were placed over the Virgin Islands following the natural phenomena. Well, moving on, viewers, in response to the recent armed robbery at the Cyril B. Romney Tortola PIER Park, Minister of Communications and Works Honorable Kai Reimer convened an emergency meeting this week with key stakeholders to address the incident and collaborate on robust strategies to enhance security measures at the popular site. The agencies represented at the meeting included British Virgin Islands Ports Authority and the Tortola PIER Park Limited, the British Virgin Islands Tourist Board, and the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. One of the primary objectives of the meeting was to ensure the safety of the park and its users. In a media release, it was revealed that in support of the ongoing investigations by the RVIPF, Tortola PIER Park Limited and the BVI Ports Authority have provided full access to the park's CCTV cameras. Well, this aims to assist the police in their efforts to identify the perpetrators and bring them to justice, all of which have occurred over the weekend. As a proactive step to address concerns arising from the incident, a thorough security audit of the park has been commissioned. The audit will assess the existing security protocols and systems, identifying vulnerabilities, and propose necessary enhancements to fortify the park's security infrastructure. But the resulting comprehensive audit report was expected to be presented to Honorable Kai Reimer at the boards of both the BVI Ports Authority and the Tortola PIER Park Limited on July 10, 2023. But this report will serve as a blueprint for further initiatives to strengthen the security capabilities of the Cyril B. Romney Tortola PIER Park. Well, during a recent sitting of the House of Assembly, Minister for Communication and Works Honorable Kai Reimer announced that the ministry is actively working towards establishing a national meteorological service in the British Virgin Islands. When the ministry, along with the relevant agencies, including the Airports Authority and the Department of Disaster Management, held discussions earlier this week with Dr. Arlene Lang, Coordinator Director of the Caribbean Meteorological Organization, and a team to initiate this very important initiative.
The Ministry of Communications and Works is developing a national meteorological office to provide efficient and timely movement of meteorological information, which is necessary to provide forecasted data about weather conditions that can affect safety and improve sustainability. Climate change impacts such as changing wind patterns, clear air turbulence, increased sector times, and routing modifications can affect air transport operations.
Minister Reimer highlighted the critical role of efficient and timely movement of meteorological information, emphasizing that it provides essential data about weather conditions that can affect life and safety.
The Ministry of Communications and Works is developing a national meteorological office to provide efficient and timely movement of meteorological information, which is necessary to provide forecasted data about weather conditions that can affect safety and improve sustainability. Climate change impacts such as changing wind patterns, clear air turbulence, increased sector times, and routing modifications can affect air transport operations. The Virgin Islands Climate Vulnerability and Risk Assessment Report estimates that climate change could impact the coastal and marine sectors of the Virgin Islands. Also, the Virgin Islands Climate Change Adaptation Policy recognizes the impacts of climate change on various sectors, including the aviation industry, and emphasizes the need for adaptation measures to reduce risk and build resilience.
The minister highlighted that climate change can have various impacts on sectors such as air transport operations, with the changing wind patterns and increased sector times affecting efficiency. The Virgin Islands Climate Vulnerability and Risk Assessment Report has identified potential impacts on the coastal and marine sectors. Moreover, the Virgin Islands Climate Change Adaptation Policy acknowledges the need for adaptation measures to reduce risk and enhance resilience.
Therefore, developing a national meteorological service through a dedicated office is crucial to efficiently and effectively achieving several of the National Sustainable Development Plan's national outcomes. The Virgin Islands economy relies on tourism, fishing, the marine environment, agriculture, aviation, and other services, which are all affected by the territory's weather and climate conditions. The region is vulnerable to coastal and marine hazards, and extreme weather events and climate variability have historically impacted sustainable development. Recent events like floods and hurricanes demonstrate the need to invest in local weather forecasting capabilities to reduce disaster risk.
Reimer stressed that National Sustainable Development Plan emphasizes building a stronger, more resilient BVI by looking for new ways to improve the safety and resilience of communities throughout the BVI, with disaster resilience built through collaborative approaches that are coordinated, locally led, and supported with government resources. Adding that a National Meteorological Service through a dedicated office is crucial to efficiently and effectively achieving several of the plan's national outcomes.
National Meteorological Services are vital institutions for ensuring the safety and well-being of the people. As noted in the preamble to the World Meteorological Organization, WMO Convention, reaffirming the vital importance of the mission of the National Meteorological, Hydrometeorological, and Hydrological Services in observing and understanding weather and climate, and in providing meteorological, hydrological, and related services in support of relevant national needs, which should include the following areas: A, protection of life and property; B, safeguarding the environment; C, contributing to sustainable development; D, promoting long-term observation and collection of meteorological, hydrological, and climatological data, including related environmental data; E, promotion of endogenous capacity building; F, meeting international commitments; and G, contributing to international cooperation. An Office of National Meteorological Services in the Virgin Islands would improve weather observation and forecasting, provide data for infrastructure planning, and issue warnings and alert for hydrometeorological hazards. It would also maintain a historical record and provide relevant advice on national weather, climate, water, and environmental data issues for decision-making by the public and private sectors.
Up next, SCATLIFFE will be an asset to the BVI Electricity Corporation, and minimum wage and pension recommendations made in report. But these are more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Today, I am doing cobble treatments with Beyond the Reef. Today, we are doing shark research. So today, we are doing whale research with Beyond the Reef. And wherever I go, I take CCT with me because my life is unlimited.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Over there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome back, viewers. A minister responsible for the BVI Electricity Corporation, Honorable Kai Reimer, believes that the incoming chairman, Mr. Sheldon SCATLIFFE, will be an asset to the board of the corporation. With a motion to appoint SCATLIFFE as the new chairman of the BVI Electricity Corporation was passed in the House of Assembly last Friday. But during the debate stage, Reimer spoke about the wealth of experience that SCATLIFFE brings to the BVIEC's board.
Mr. Sheldon SCATLIFFE is the current Director of Finance at the Financial Services Commission. In his role, he has gained experience in overseeing the information system that provides reports to users on the economic activities and condition of the Commission. Madam Speaker, in addition, his experience in blending financial expertise and business insight in order to develop business strategies that guide critical business decisions and create sustainable success. He has over 20 years of accounting, auditing, and financial services experience both locally and abroad. Mr. SCATLIFFE is also the director shareholder of a family real estate investment and development company. His expertise in finance, management, and leadership has already proven to be an asset to the board.
Honorable Reimer also spoke about the role and responsibilities of SCATLIFFE as the chairman of the Electricity Corporation.
As chairman, I see that Mr. SCATLIFFE will be able to provide leadership and direction to the board, which oversees the management of the Electricity Corporation. He will be responsible for ensuring that the BVIEC operates efficiently and effectively and that it meets its objectives and goals. Mr. SCATLIFFE's financial expertise may be beneficial in assisting with managing the finances of the BVIEC, ensuring that the corporation operates within its budget and that its financial statements are accurate and transparent. While his experience may not be directly related to the electricity industry, he will bring insight into best practices in corporate governance, risk management, and strategic planning that can be applied to the BVIEC.
SCATLIFFE's appointment was supported by a number of legislators, both on the government and opposition sides. Leader of the opposition, Honorable Ronnie Skelton, who is also well-versed in the electricity industry, advised SCATLIFFE not to get caught up in the daily affairs of the organization and to always think long-term when it comes to planning and strategizing.
Madam Speaker, looking around the room, I probably have more experience in the electricity business than most people in the room. Madam Speaker, the job that Mr. Young Sheldon is taking over is not an easy job. It's keeping the lights on. It's not simple. You know, one of the things, all the people who work there, and some have gone on to the great beyond, and some have retired, and they're still living. They understand that it is a 24/7 job, Madam Speaker. And as the chairperson of the corporation, they cannot get themselves wrapped up in the day-to-day affairs of the organization. They have to think about the long-term strategic planning of the corporation.
SCATLIFFE's appointment will span for a period of 3 years. During a recent sitting of the House of Assembly, Minister for Health and Welfare, the Honorable Vincent Wheatley, announced the public release of the financial report of the social assistance in the British Virgin Islands review. But the primary objectives of the report is to provide analytical and advisory support to the government of the Virgin Islands in reforming its social assistance programming and disbursement of community development grants to individuals and non-profit organizations.
Madam Speaker, the main objective of this report is to provide analytical and advisory support to the government of the Virgin Islands for reforming its social assistance programming and disbursement of community development grants to individuals and non-profit organizations, NPOs. The report is also aimed at increasing harmonization, coordination, and transparency of the relevant policy and governance frameworks and strengthening their effectiveness.
Minister Wheatley explained that the urgency surrounding the review was driven by the government's intention to evaluate existing systems and practices and formulate alternatives that would improve the effectiveness and efficiency of social protection policies while adhering to transparency and harmonization standards recommended by the Commission of Inquiry.
Madam Speaker, the urgency of the activities surrounding the review was prompted by the government's intention to review the existing systems and practices and to formulate alternatives that will strengthen the effectiveness and efficiency of the social protection policy instruments while respecting transparency and harmonization standards as recommended by the Commission of Inquiry. The Social Assistance in the British Virgin Islands Review Report was developed and prepared by the Social Policy Research Institute in support of UNICEF, Eastern Caribbean, and the government of the Virgin Islands. The report reviewed the current design of social assistance benefit administered by the Ministry of Health and Social Development, the Social Development Department, and other government entities, including the Ministry of Education, the House of Assembly, and the Premier's Office. In addition, a reform plan for the Virgin Islands was designed to provide an alternative option to target benefits to beneficiaries effectively.
The report presented several overarching recommendations to enhance the social assistance program and effectively support residents of the Virgin Islands. Key recommendations included increasing the minimum wage to bring it closer to the minimum livable wage in the territory.
Madam Speaker, the report has several overarching recommendations on how we can improve our social assistance program to effectively assist our residents. The 5 overarching recommendations in the report include increasing the minimum wage closer to what the report concluded was the minimum livable wage to the territory, which is $12 to $15 an hour. The report also looked at having a universal children's grant, which should extend past education and health care benefits. There's mention of improving our pension scheme where the income gap for the elderly pensioners could be bridged by installing a pension-tied universal minimum social pension system. In addition, a disability benefit that related to the degree of disabilities for individuals, as well as installing unemployment benefits in the territory, were addressed in the final report.
The report presented several overarching recommendations to enhance the social assistance program and effectively support residents of the Virgin Islands. The key recommendations included increasing the minimum wage to bring it closer to the minimum livable wage in the territory. With the social assistance in the British Virgin Islands Review Report was developed and prepared by the Social Policy Research Institute in collaboration with UNICEF, Eastern Caribbean, and the government of the Virgin Islands. But the Ministry of Health and Social Development is now actively seeking public input on the document, providing an opportunity for individuals to make comments, submissions, and recommendations. But this input will help shape the government's decision on creating a comprehensive policy surrounding social assistance in the Virgin Islands. Well, that final report can be accessed on the official government of the Virgin Islands website at bvi.gov.vg. Up next, Lakers 2-2 in NBA Summer League with DeMoy netting 16, and VI's DELI banger and TIMO released EP. With these stories, we'll to it for a news return.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
So tonight, I am an international musician and also a bandman. Let's go behind the scenes. This is how I live my life. Unlimited with CCT.
Shake me awake. Bring me back to reality.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Rising basketball star DeMoy Hodge pulled off another good performance for the Los Angeles Lakers, tallying a season-high 16 points to help his side to an 18-point victory. Playing in the NBA 2K24 Summer League on Sunday, Hodges Lakers defeated the Charlotte Hornets 93-75 at Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. Hodge played just over 25 minutes, and in addition to his 16 points, he collected 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal and 2 blocks. While his teammates Colin Castleton had a game-high 21 points and 14 rebounds. Jalen Hood-Schifino 15 points with 5 assists. Maxwell Lewis 12 points off the bench, while Max Christie converted 11 points. The Lakers enjoyed a strong start, but Charlotte evened things up just before halftime after the two teams went back and forth to turn it into a 1-point game at the break. But the second half was all Lakers as they won the remaining 2 quarters by scores of 26-19 and 28-16 respectively, flipping the script and cruising their way to a comfortable 18-point victory thanks to an excellent defensive display. The Lakers' next game is on Wednesday, July 12th at 10 p.m. local time. But to our final story, where Virgin Islands-born artist DJ DELI Banger and Rock City's TIMO are gearing up to release their long-awaited EP this summer. The duo was in the BVI and took time to exclusively speak to our Ron Grant on the project as well as their journey.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, me and DELI, you know, our relationship is beyond the RCT DELI Banger thing. You know, we're good friends too outside of that. And even our creative relationship outside of RCT, you know, we have a really good creative relationship. So we have a bunch of music together, just me and DELI. And, you know, summer were coming up and, you know, when we were home for Carnival, me and DELI were talking about it and I was like, yo, I didn't realize we had so many songs together. And DELI was like, yo, we should release a project for the summer. And we were going to release like a project with a bunch of songs. And then I was like, you know why if we do it a song per week and, you know, make it an experience, you know what I mean? And we call it VI Fridays, so it includes the whole entire VI, so, you know, they could feel like there's a part of it too.
Amazing.
You know, and it's summertime, and I feel like as artists, as creatives, we kind of get out of the space of making music for seasons. You know, and I feel like during the summertime, I want to hear music that make me feel like I either on my way to the beach, or I at a day party where, you know, the ladies is out in the swimsuits and, you know what I mean?
It's summertime.
Summertime. You know what I mean? So once he tell me let's do something for the summer, I was like, yo, we have all these records that feel like summertime. So, you know, let's call it Their Summer and let's just release them 1 per week. And it just so we have the soundtrack to your whole summer.
Above spoke on their collation as friends and creatives.
Working with Tim was dope. I get to be a different person or a different side of me that I could let out. It's just the music that we make together, the type, the styles. I could bring him a beat that I would be like, I don't know about this one. And that's usually the intro to it. Like, yo, I get this beat, he ain't finished with it. Yeah, but you know, play. He be like, my boy, they say, how you doing your playing?
That's usually how it goes.
That's usually how all of our songs come about. And he sends me some. Well, I send him a pack of beats, and then all of a sudden he sends me like 5 songs.
Okay.
And then, you know, we have too many songs just sitting in the laptop, so it's time to stop putting them on.
Yeah.
As creative, do you guys ever get frustrated with just having, like you said, you realize that you had such a library of music just sitting there, and of course the concept for the project came up, but do you ever get frustrated, either of you, do you ever get frustrated with just knowing that you make music but it's not necessarily out in the public domain? Do you feel a type of way?
Absolutely.
I mean, for me, not more so with like the music I make for us that we could put out. That don't really frustrate me. More so is like when I work for artists or with an artist or something, because then you have no say on it.
You have no control.
Yeah.
You know, so that could get frustrating. You can do a song in 2 years, they say they're putting it out, and you see other songs come out. So that part get frustrating. But see, all records, we could decide, hey, we want to put out a song tomorrow. It's up tomorrow.
Yep.
So that side of it gets me frustrated.
At least for me, you know what could be frustrating is, you know, like we talk about, like I have so much music, DELI have so much music, and you can't release everything all at once. That's gonna be too overwhelming.
Yeah, it's overkill.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you try to figure out the best way to release all this music, and then, you know, you don't know which one is that one.
You may like a song and think it's a hit, but it may not touch the
most
audience.
least
And then the one that you really expect is, oh, people love it.
Yep.
Yeah,
You never know.
I feel like we have
You know, so it gets frustrating as a creative because, you know, the time that you put in to shaping and molding this song that you know, of course, we ain't making this music for ourselves. We're making this for the people. You know, the time that you put into that and then you put it out and either A, it don't really get a strong response, B, it probably don't even get a strong response because it didn't really have the proper marketing. So it came and went. People didn't even know about it, heard about it. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you have certain songs that you're like, I don't want to just put this one out, not this one. So then you might sit on a song, you know, for a while because like you're waiting for the right time, right moment. The frustrating side of all of that is you never know when it's the right time or the right moment. You just have to go one.
As it relates to the EP, when asked how many songs the public can expect, DELI and TIMO shared their process in deciding.
So it started with 4, right? That's what they have a lot of records. And to be honest, I can't say that we know exactly how much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have so much music. When we figured that, okay, cool, this is enough, then it'll be enough.
Okay.
But just know we have a lot of music.
Yeah. And like you said, like it started out with 4. We were like, we're gonna make it 4 songs. And then we were like, is that
we did 4 new ones
Right.
afterwards.
Then we did that too.
Okay.
And then they were like, okay, 4 songs every Friday for the whole summer. Is that enough songs for all the Fridays in the summer?
Probably not.
Maybe not. And if not, we have more songs ready to go. And just for us, it's one of them things where it's like, okay, so I guess this EP is going to be a little bit more than 4 songs, you know, but it's throughout the whole summer.
As Virgin Islanders, the artists shared what summer means to them.
For me, some of my greatest memories, of course, is growing up in the Virgin Islands, and summertimes it was all about going to the beach, you know, spending time, you know, we out of school, so we doing everything we can with our friends, you know what I mean? Picking kennep, mango, tamon, you name it, and we selling them, you know, we kids, we try and do and figure out any way we could get a little change, you know what I mean? But everything about the culture of that for us, you know, summertime for me is all of the above when it comes to that.
All right, and you?
Summer is mango season.
Straight up.
Straight up. I mean,
straight up.
July and August. I mean, well, June
and
and July.
wait, not mangoes. Mangoes.
For real. So it's mango season. And then, so we got St. Thomas Festival, right? Then you got St. John that kicks off summer, July 1st.
Yep.
And then you got BVIEC right there in the middle. Then you also still got Anguilla. For me, summer is just fit. We outside
non-stop.
We go enjoy it.
Yep. That's a part of it though.
You get my ideas
you know?
for like, you know, music and what's gonna come for our season that's coming around again and so forth. So yeah, sweat and sun and water and good times.
Beautiful.
For the full interview, visit all Twit4 media platforms. But that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at twit4media.com and like us on Facebook at Twit4Media and Instagram and Twitter at Twit4BVI. I'm Kamal Haynes and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.